Hey, what's up, players? This is SWE General Manager and WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and you're watching Rogue Villain Media. Holla!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Heels Up. Man, it's been a while. How you been, Rich?
Well, I defeated COVID, so I'm good now.
Dude, glad you kicked out of that one, man.
Oh, heck yeah. How you been, dude?
I've been all right, man. It's been a minute, dude. We haven't seen you since before the holidays. We've been just doing our movie reviews and shit, but we're finally back doing some wrestling review shit.
I've noticed. Good shit.
Well, no, because in our absence, apparently, the WWE got super fucking desperate and resulted in, this week's Monday Night Raw, the Legends Night, where they basically just hauled anybody who had, a free fucking weekend and was still under contract,
Yeah, I watched that.
Guess who starts off the night and starts off our honestly the most desperate, sad fucking attempt at ratings I've seen in a long time from Raw. This was pathetic. Start off with Hulk Hogan. Absolutely pathetic. And we got some meh matches. Start off with Kofi, New Day, and them. They do it at the Miz TV, and then they have a tag team match, which was funny because friend of the show.
Oh, yeah. Teddy Long.
Mr. Teddy Long himself.
He announced the match.
And he tried to put them against The Undertaker because, he's a little confused, and that's what he's used to doing every night. Then, Gunny Lackey came out there and corrected him. He's like, no, player, we can't do that. He's like, oh, well, I go back to my usual default, which is tag team match.
Yeah.
Gotta have a tag team match player.
Gotta have a tag team match player.
No, Teddy Long's gonna do tag team because Vince McMahon doesn't want to do tag team.
What's funny is I saw on the internet somebody suggested that what should have happened was the Hurt Business stands in the ring with their twisted tees and just waits for Hulk Hogan's music to hit so he can come out. And then let's see what happens after that. Which I think that would really boost ratings.
Definitely would have made for some interesting live television, that's for damn sure.
Either that or just Hurt Business walking around with twisted tees all day and just giving people looks.
So
mainly looking for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, man, look, there may be some of us who will forgive Hogan, but none of us forget, and it's time for Papa with his fucking racist rant to go ahead and retire to the pastures, all right? Let us just remember the good old days. Don't keep fucking trotting him out. Don't trot out Ric Flair, he's getting progressively less able, like his speech is deteriorating every time he comes out there. It's like more slurred and it's getting painful to watch. It was like the later seasons of the Osbournes where you're just watching Ozzy fucking deteriorate on screen. It's just sad.
Yeah, I was actually working security at the last Ozzy concert here in Dallas, and he kept yelling out, "Can't hear you guys," and it's not because the crowd was loud. It's just because he literally can't hear anybody.
And did you hear Hulk Hogan's response to how the younger talents were treating him?
Yeah,
they wasn't real accepting towards him.
What would you be? You got to play the game, but you don't want to be seen being friendly to him.
Yeah.
Like it broke my heart when fucking Drew McIntyre started cutting promos with him backstage. I was like, Drew, you don't need that, man. You don't need a Drew.
The funny thing was the reason he gave for younger talent not accepting him.
All right. Hogan needs you. You don't need Hogan. You don't need his endorsement, man. You're aces, brother. You're aces in our book. You're doing just fine, man. So a lot of the matches tonight weren't really exciting. I mean, New Day beat Eminem, the new Eminem, Miz and Morrison. And, of course, since they lost their titles, that's what they do. They'll lose a title, then they got to claw their way back up since they're the only viable tag team in the whole.
Yeah, pretty much in all of Raw.
Because again, like you guys were saying, Vince hates tag teams. And it's like we were talking about earlier, because we see Peyton Royce tag with Lacey Evans later on in a match against the tag team champions who are, again, just two singles wrestlers. I'm convinced that Vince, after tearing apart, Otis and Tucker and Otis or whatever the fuck.
Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, thank you. Tearing apart Heavy Machinery and the Iconics. That he wants to destroy all branded tag teams and just create a system where it's singles wrestlers that he pairs up and can take apart at whim or as the storyline dictates. The tag team titles will still exist because you can't really get rid of them, but tag teams as we think of them, I don't think Vince is interested in and never has been. So I don't know, man. Like, it's unfortunate, and I hate to say this because I don't want to give him any fucking ideas, because I like tag teams being their own thing. I think the tag team champion should be I think the tag team should be a league of its own, with the tag team champions be revered just on the same level as the singles champion. You know what I mean? Because it's just a different division.
It really is.
So it's like when you get stuff
I
like
do not disagree with that statement.
like anytime they do stupid shit, like how the tag team champions get wrecked by the WWE champion by him, by himself, and it's just like, it's embarrassing, fucking embarrassing.
Fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, the tag team losing a tag team match.
Yeah, but speaking of that match, Ric Flair was out ringside for the match between the women's tag team champs and Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans. Why did you break up the Iconics? Was it just because Peyton Royce didn't want to be the blonde in the group anymore? Because that's the only change I've seen her do, is dye her hair purple. She had the My Little Pony cut.
It's punishment because Shawn Spears is in AEW.
Well, there you go. But they get out there, and because Charlotte's so damn protected, she's so fucking OP. She's pretty much wrecking shop, which is a shame because Lacey Evans, size-wise, would be a good competitor with her if they were actually allowed to build to something and treated as equals a little bit. Could be a damn good match at a pay-per-view. Yeah. But instead, everyone's treated like a chump when compared to Charlotte. Yeah. And Charlotte only loses because her dad mistakenly trips her foot. And mind you, there's been a lot of tension the whole match because Lacey Evans has been flirting with Ric Flair the whole time and distracting Charlotte.
What woman doesn't flirt with Ric Flair? It's Ric Flair, man.
Well,
I'm really surprised he hasn't been Me Too'd.
I mean,
as much of his history as he's bragged about, like.
Yeah. After the match, after Rick fucked up, Charlotte gets out and chews him out and sends him off, and he looks like he's gonna cry. And later on, he gets confronted by Randy Orton, which we kind of skipped over, and that's probably the most interesting thing that happened in Raw this evening. Was
Randy Orton just bullying legends?
Well, he started off the night early on doing his interview, and he says, I know that everyone who interacts with the Fiend has changed, and I've changed, and that's the reason why. I know we haven't covered it, but the last few weeks he spared Alexa Bliss and didn't light her on fire, and that bit of mercy he showed her is what must have changed him. And that was the joke we always said, right? Randy couldn't become more fucking evil than he is. So if he changed, he would have to change for the better.
Yeah.
It's like the evil version of Cartman. He was actually like all sweet.
He's
nice
all
and
nice.
Shit. Yeah. So he's like, well, I hate myself for showing mercy. So I'm going to channel that hate at somebody else. And he basically just spends the rest of the night bullying the legends in the back, like you said, who are not able to, fight back, like fucking Mark Henry, who's on a damn
who's on a scooter after his leg surgery.
And he's like, scoot your ass on out of here. And man, watching Mark walk away, shaking his head, hunched over was fucking sad. I kind of hope they just let Mark come back and fucking give him the world's strongest slam. Cause
Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Just,
what was his surgery? He probably won't be back.
I'm just saying, like, as a man, like in real life or whatever, I don't believe that Mark Henry would let that fly.
You're talking about a guy who almost got into a fight with Michael Jordan. Yeah, he wouldn't let that slide.
No, that's a.
I don't know if y'all knew that story.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, who the fuck are you?
like a guy that will kick your ass. That's who, like Michael Jordan. Don't get too bold.
Mark Henry don't care. That's for fucking sure.
A good basketball player doesn't make you a good fighter. Oh yeah, Caden, that's an awesome shirt you're rocking.
Oh yeah, you like the new hotness?
Yeah,
the drip, as the young kids call it.
Oh yes, it's called drip now, isn't it?
Like a coffee or?
No, like the drip. No, drip is your outfit is so cold, but at the same time it's so hot that it's dripping.
Nice.
So we get our main event, which is Keith versus Drew, because Keith won the #1 contender match last week against Sheamus.
That was a hell of a match.
This is a match that should have been honestly built up for the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
But instead we got Papa Goldberg coming up at the end of the night tonight, because that's going to be the pay-per-view match later on. But the Keith Lee match, for what it was with Drew, was fucking hard-hitting. It was great.
Main event worthy.
It really was main event worthy. They laid it all out there. It was a damn good match.
The issue is it's pay-per-view main event worthy, not regular Raw.
I think they could have stepped up a little bit at pay-per-view and they would have gone a little more ham. And I definitely think they could have gotten to that epic pay-per-view level. I really do. This was appropriate for what it was. And unfortunately, it was what it was. It was a main event on a Monday night. And all the legends were out there sitting at the ring. It was so fucking stupid. This whole damn thing was so stupid. And then the stupidity gets even dumber. After Drew wins by hitting the Claymore, and him and Keith, kind of friendly after, showing respect afterwards. Fucking Papa Goldberg comes out, and he forgot to take his fucking senility pills, and he confuses Randy Orton with fucking with Drew and starts accusing him of all the shit Randy Orton did. Basically, like, you don't respect all these legends, and you don't think they're a threat to you. It's like, motherfucker, do you see what Randy Orton's been walking around doing? If you had any fucking real balls,
obviously haven't been watching the show all night.
If you had any fucking real balls, go confront Randy fucking Orton, not fucking Drew. But he gets up there and challenges Drew for the championship, and Drew's like, "You wouldn't even be a challenge, but fighting my dad," which we all think. And then Goldberg pushes him on his ass, and then cut. That's it. Because I don't guess they wanted to show Drew popping back up and getting in Goldberg's face for whatever fucking reason.
All right, SmackDown. Tonight we had an episode with a gauntlet match and 2 championship match and a returning star. This is the first episode of SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we start off with like 20 minutes of...
What's going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
I'm just acknowledging you, man.
What's up, man?
What's up, Miles?
Paid it?
You all right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He's loose. Okay.
All right, so we start off like the first 20 or 30 minutes with Roman Reigns cutting a promo, calling out Adam Pearce. Well, that's all I have for that segment.
Well, it builds up to what happens later on in that
It does.
They're pissed off because Gunny Lackey booked a match last week
between KO and Jey Uso
at KO's request, even though the tribal chief said he was done with KO.
But it was Gunny Lackey, Adam Pearce, that announces that there's going to be a gauntlet match to name a new number 1 contender, actually.
And that's another thing that fucking Roman had an issue with.
Because Roman wants to pick his opponent.
So we got those 2 things. He's pissed off, about to beat up Adam Pearce. And then our Penguin analog, Paul Heyman pulls him off and it's like, we'll deal with this later, and Roman's like, you're safe for now. And they walk out suddenly, and Adam Pearce is left looking terrified and worried in the ring, as you should be. But this through line ends up being the most interesting thing going on in the night. But we'll find out more about that later. Hey.
I choked on my water.
It's been a long time since those videos you made in college. You're not used to swallowing that much at a time, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we get into our first championship match of the night, which was the Intercontinental Championship between Big E and Apollo Crews. And Apollo started off hot. It was a pretty good match. And that was a moment where they were on the top turnbuckle, and they come off with a double pin. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Apollo started off hot. He was getting all the offense in, just whipping Big E's fucking ass. And he comes off the top rope, like you said, and he's pinning Big E, but Big E kind of swings his leg around and hooks Apollo's leg at the same time. And we get a double pin. And the ref's like, it's a draw.
It's a draw, but...
And so the champ keeps the belt, and Apollo's like, hey, man, I'll make the rule. Or no, sorry. Big E's like, I'll make the rules, but, good game, and...
Like, no, Apollo don't want that. Apollo don't want that at all. He's pissed now.
So
I think this is going to lead to a heel turn for Apollo.
We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure which way
I actually hope so. I think he needs it.
But he slaps Big E, and Big E's like, I want this shit now. You start the match back up again. Big E's like, all right, motherfucker, you want this shit.
Oh, you want it now.
And
okay.
That's what starts the aggression, and Big E finally gets some fucking offense in, and it becomes an actual match. I think the problem with this, though, is that you've established where Apollo Crews is in the pecking order when you compare him to the equivalent champion, the United States champion, Bobby Lashley, right?
Well, you're making your Raw roster look stronger.
You make Bobby Lashley look so dominant against Apollo Crews, and you have Apollo Crews come in against the IC champ and own the IC champ for like the first 5 minutes. Quite frankly, Big E should be on the same level as Bobby Lashley. He's a big, dominant, scary dude, physically imposing. I mean, he's not scary. He's a fun guy, but you know what I mean? He can be physically imposing, dominant in the ring. And he's shown to be a tough, viable competitor that we all get behind and root for. And honestly, he should be just as dominant as Bobby Lashley, but the face. He's the face version of that. Bobby Lashley's the heel version of that.
Pretty much.
And to have him go up against Apollo tonight, even though in a vacuum, him versus Apollo, this makes Apollo look good. Big E ends up winning. Everyone kind of comes out looking better on this. In a vacuum, the only reason it doesn't work is because of how recently we've had Apollo compared to Bobby and where he stands in that pecking order. And ultimately, it just makes Big E look weaker because of how how much he struggled against Apollo.
But I do understand why they made Apollo look so strong. At the end of the day, Apollo is still a former champion.
Well, it's because the fucking
You know what I
WWE thinks their fans are all goldfish and don't have any fucking memory. So it doesn't matter what happened last week. It just matters what happens week to week.
Yeah.
So they have no long-term storytelling ability. Mostly because of Vince's ADD.
But at the end of it all, Big E still wins with the big ending. It wasn't a roll-up.
No, at least it was a clean ending. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was still a good match. And like I said, my only problem with it is what Apollo's current status is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Knowing WWE, they will probably do an Apollo heel turn, trade him Raw, and he's going to join Hurt Business.
I hope not, honestly. I'm hoping for the heel turn. I'm not hoping for the Hurt
1/8 2021.
I'm okay with the Hurt Business growing, especially them doing the weird Cedric kind of freaking out on him sort of thing. I'm okay with the Hurt Business growing. I like the Hurt Business. It's one of the most interesting things.
But I don't want Apollo to join him. I would like to see Billy Kay join him. The Hurt Business would be truly iconic.
I don't think you'll ever get. Sorry, I don't think you'll ever get any. Look, man, they only hire a certain type. You know what I'm saying, dude? Snazzy dressers. And she's got those little things on the side. It's just, you got the ruby red lipstick. It's a little bit much.
Yeah. If they're going to hire anybody else, it's going to be Sonya Deville. Daddy Deville. Is that suit she had on tonight?
Fresh.
She brought that from Teddy Long.
Fresh.
She called Teddy Long beforehand. He's like, where do you get your suits made at, player?
I'm telling you, I'm going to have to
Speaking
ask
of, next time you see him, ask him where he gets his suits made, because I kind of want his little Teddy Long suit.
So next up, we have the Tag Team Championship, our second championship match. The Street Profits against...
Say it. Say that stupid fucking name. Say it like you have any dignity in your soul when you say that stupid fucking name.
We have the Street Profits against Ziggler and Rude, now known as the Dirty Dogs.
Should have gone with the Glorious Show-Offs, motherfuckers. We would have sold it to you for a nice, I don't know, low six figures. I'm fair. I'm a fair man.
Yeah.
I would take, honestly, to sell that name, I would take a custom Undertaker belt. One of those, 30th anniversary, the purple ones with the big Undertaker symbol on it that they had limited edition.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
Adam
Pearce, I'm going to make this graphic for you. I'm going to send it to you on Twitter, all right?
Have it signed by Mark, and I'd call that a deal.
Yeah. Expect that in your Twitter feed here in the next.
And maybe Glenn as well. I don't want to push it. I'm not greedy. I don't want to be greedy. Glorious Show-Offs, much better name than Dirty Dogs, which is honestly sounds like the Kmart version of a Dirty Sanchez. Like, you couldn't afford to give her a Dirty Sanchez, so you just gave her the Dirty Dog instead.
I'm pretty sure that's a category on Motherless.
Right next to the Zootopia furry videos. And yeah, keep coming back from that shit. Come on, let's keep talking about this like it's serious.
Yeah, but they're the Dirty Dogs, while Ziggler comes out with 2 leather jackets or whatever. We get our tag team championship match, and lo and behold, we have new tag team champions.
SmackDown tag team champions.
Yeah, the Street Profits last week, Ford, the Dirty Dogs worked over Ford's leg, and that played a big part in this. Of course, he kept injuring his knee throughout the match, and ultimately they would hit their finisher, which is
that's a nice finisher.
Yeah, spine buster, zigzag combo. They got their matching pink tights. They got a name now. They're a cohesive thing. And that's kind of a counterpoint to what I said earlier about Vince wanting to tear down tag teams with this one being newly created. But let's face it, who really sees Ziggles and Rude as a cohesive tag team as opposed to 2 singles wrestlers that they cram together? I mean, you can give a name all you want to, but it's still Shinsuke and Cesaro. It's still 2 singles wrestlers.
I guess they're leaving Rude's glory days as a single star back in NXT and TNA.
Well,
he had a
beer money
in TNA,
but he also had a great singles run.
Well, he ain't getting that shit
Beer
here.
Money's one of my favorite tag teams ever. So, what's next is we find out that Adam Pearce is added to the gauntlet match because Paul Heyman pulled some strings.
Yeah, that's basically his punishment. And when we found that out, we all knew how this was going to go.
Oh yeah, because here we go. We had the gauntlet match.
Yeah, and no one in the gauntlet match looked like they were going to be a viable option for a extended feud with Roman Reigns anyway. So when you found out they were going to add Adam Pearce to it, you knew exactly what was going to
It was kind of predictable.
And
it was kind of
that's what happened.
Yeah, Adam Pearce won after Shinsuke Nakamura had 3 eliminations.
Yeah, Shinsuke was the star of this. Shinsuke was the star of this.
He really was.
Essentially, the thing won after he came out third. He beat Rey Mysterio, he beat Baron Corbin, and he beat Daniel Bryan. Amazing showing from Shinsuke. They actually made him look strong for once since he won the Royal Rumble. This is the first time he's looked good since the Royal Rumble.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking if we still had a live crowd, Shinsuke would get the Kofi / Daniel Bryan push at that moment.
Yeah, I think the crowd would have been really behind this. And afterwards, after he beats DB, they actually shake hands. So I guess Shinsuke's back to being a face. Which
I'm leading to a face turn for Shinsuke, which I like it.
It's kind of like Asuka, just kind of suddenly just happened one day and said, fuck it. So cool, whatever. As long as you don't big show him and make him flip flop constantly. So after poor Shinsuke has run this gauntlet and he's only got Adam Pearce left to go through, which isn't a match because Adam Pearce hadn't wrestled and he's had 6 years since his last match. Yeah. But Roman Reigns' music hit. He comes out with Jay and Paul, and Adam comes out with, looking terrified, and they kind of march his ass to the ring, and Jay hops in there, and him and Roman just mug the shit out of Shinsuke, beat his ass up, and then kick Adam Pearce in the face and drag him over Shinsuke's lifeless body and make the ref count the 1, 2, 3. So we're going to get Roman versus Adam Pearce, Gunny Lackey versus the Tribal Chief.
But congratulations to Adam Pearce for his first match in WWE being a win.
Yeah.
And now he's about to wrestle for the title, which he is a former NWA world champion.
You know what, man? As much as we bitch about how boring this is, you guys say that Roman's great as a heel. Paul with him is good. Even though they're running these things a little longer than they need to be run each program, he's good at doing this. And he's also, outside of KO, really, like working with Jay and now working with Gunny Lackey and having him actually being a little bit program, a guy who never got to reach those heights in his wrestling career. Like they're really reaching down and letting some people get some spotlight that never actually got the spotlight a little bit. So I got to say there's some good things to be found in this, even though there's a lot to complain about and we're not necessarily that engaged by some of it. There are some good things to take away from it. So it's not all bad.
If they really wanted me to get more interested in Gunny getting matches, they need to put the 2 undefeateds up at WrestleMania. You got Gunny Lackey, who's 1-0, and you got Michael Cole, who's 2-0 at WrestleMania.
Michael Cole would kill him.
Y'all both go stand in the corner and think about what you did.
Sorry.
WrestleMania pre-show, man. Come on.
This week was sad. SmackDown was a little bit better, but it wasn't. Oh, yeah.
Another return that we got was Alicia Fox. Hey.
Alicia Fox with the Legends. Dude, I swear she's got like Polaroids of Vince wearing like a leather daddy outfit or something or doing some pony play or some shit. She's got somebody blackmailed in order to keep her employed.
She just came back, actually.
If she's on a Legends contract, though?
Maybe. Or maybe she was just on an extra talent booking for the night.
I fucking knows. Who cares?
She's got the
seat filler. Like
she's got the golden shower video of Trump and Vince.
Well, I didn't do that.
All right, Caden, you got news, man?
Yeah, I got news for you. First off, we're going to go with the full roster for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Invitational.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
So we got August Gray and Kurt Stallion. No idea who they are.
Oh, I know Kurt Stallion. West Texas guy.
I bet you do.
Okay. Then we have the Bollywood Boys, the Singh Brothers.
Love those guys.
Breezango. Drake Maverick and Killian Dane.
I think they're going to win it.
I would love for Killian Dane to be put somewhere with a little bit of I just want to see him do something. I want to see him get a push. I want to see him get a title. I want to see him be used because like Agile Haggard is always fun to watch. Mm-hmm. I enjoy the dude. He's like a more terrifying Ivar. Or at least one you haven't made into a goofball yet.
Yeah. After that, we have Everrise, which I don't know who's in that. They didn't put the names in there.
Very good tag team.
The Grizzled Young Veterans.
Oh.
Imperium.
What? Okay, never mind. I changed my mind. That's the team that's going to win.
Imperium probably going to win. Jake Atlas and Isaiah Swerve Scott.
I know Scott.
That name does sound familiar.
Kushida and Leon Ruff, the former NXT champion, or
NXT North American champion.
Sorry.
Kushida was a legit G in New Japan.
Yeah. Legado del Fantasma, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza. And then 2 from the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole and Roderick Strong.
Okay,
And
they're putting Adam Cole in the tag team
Mhm.
division now? Okay.
Well, the other 2 are injured.
Yeah, you're right.
And then finally we have The Way, Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory. So yes, they can put tag teams, the names of the tag teams who are in there, but they chose not to on some of them.
Yeah, if you're wondering where Austin Theory's been since leaving the...
Yeah, he got shot in the nuts
Sorry.
with Shotzi Blackheart's tank.
I haven't been wondering.
All right, so I have news here from our friends over at Russell Talk about your favorite, your childhood hero, Tatanka.
Tatanka, you're the best, man.
So they were talking about Goldberg's undefeated streak, and Tatanka's like, no, I got you beat handily. Because back in the day, we used to wrestle 500 matches a year.
Uh-huh.
I went undefeated for 2 years. I'm at least 1,000. No.
That's right, Tatanka. You fucking tell him, dude. You're the man. Fucking man.
And so, more NXT news we have from New Year's Evil. We have injuries to Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah. Balor went in for his head, and then O'Reilly's in for his jaw. Then we also have injuries for Rhea Ripley and Raquel Gonzalez.
They got estimated times if people are going to be out or anything like that? Or it's just...
I believe that the Rhea and Raquel are just storyline injuries.
Okay.
The other 2 look like they might be out for a couple of weeks.
And Finn's got the belt right now, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So they're just going to keep it off TV probably, as opposed to try and take it off of him.
Well, New Year's Evil was a title match, so he's good for another month.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
But they're probably doing the storyline injury for Ripley because she's probably going to show up at WrestleMania. Or not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I gotcha. That'll be interesting. All right, guys. Anything else to cover? You got anything else?
Nah.
You?
No, I got the spread covered for the Browns Steelers game. That's all the cover I'm worried about.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us here on Heels Up. We really appreciate it. Please like, please subscribe. And I don't know, man.
Tell your friends about us, man.
Yeah, that. And say hi to your mother for me.